You know why this is such a good show? This is why this is such a good show. Is nobody on the show is too old to be entertaining. Like, not too old. Everybody's in the right. And I don't mean, don't get me wrong, I mean like too. Like, there's a time when you have to take the microphone out of the entertainer's hands. You're like, you're done. It doesn't matter what you invented. It doesn't matter. Get that out of your hand, inventor jazz fusion, because you're done. You get too old. Because the most expensive concert I ever went to was James Brown. Wait, let's face it, that's an amazing concert. I wanted to go see cool, young, energetic, Rumble in the Jungle James Brown. I would have settled for kind of energetic, getting high on PCP and driving a car through the mall James Brown. And what I got was a doddering old man with fuzzy memories of driving a car through a mall on PCP. He was way too old. For one thing, he could barely stand, and he had some kind of plastic surgery that just made his head bigger. It was like they found a way to give botulism to James Brown's face. And he couldn't really do, like, he had a whole band. He could barely move. He would do two James Brown maneuvers. He would pretend to get tired. He probably was tired, but he would pretend to get tired and walk off stage left, go, And then this other guy, who was no spring chicken himself, mind you, had a cape, I think, and would throw it over James Brown's shoulders. And then James Brown would get his strength back. Ah! James Brown! That was one thing he could do. And then the other thing that he could do was he would kick the microphone stand out, catch it with his foot, pull it in. Ah! James Brown! And I was like, I paid $150 to see this with my mom. What a fucking ripoff. That's what I was. But then there was some justice here as well, because James Brown, he couldn't even do those two things right. And he accidentally just kicked the microphone stand out. Ah! It's a woman in the front row. Reels it back in, a bunch of feedback, and he's like, And I was like, at least one person got their money's worth from the show. Was that woman. Because that's pretty good for $150. Because you have the best concert story ever. If you're in a car ride and somebody had some bullshit concert story, like, oh yeah man, I was at Sappy Fest 06, and My Chemical Romance took the stage, and at that exact moment a flock of seagulls flew over the stage, and it started to rain, and I was high on ecstasy, and you're like, yeah, the godfather of soul kicked a microphone into my face! He is the godfather of soul. Do you know what that means? Do you know what that means? That means if the parents of soul die, James Brown becomes legal guardian of soul. Into my face.